Today, I'm going to be making some jumbo stuffed strawberry shortcake cookies. I'll tell you what you're going to need for this recipe. You need 8 ounces of strawberries, hulled and cut into small pieces. This is a 1 pound package, so we will take these out and we'll wash them off really good, and then we're going to chop them. We're going to take the stem off the top and we're going to cut them into small pieces.
I'll weigh them to make sure we get the right amount.
Yeah, we'll only use 8 ounces. Then you need 1 tablespoon of sugar, and you need 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. So we will be getting a tablespoon of juice from that lemon. You need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of butter, which is a stick cut into small pieces, which we will do. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2/3 cup of heavy cream. We are also going to be making a glaze for the top, so we're going to be using strawberry Nesquik, and we have some powdered sugar, and we're also going to be using the milk. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare those strawberries, and we're going to get our juice from our lemon and cut our butter up into cubes, and then we'll be back. So we have our 8 ounces of strawberries, we have our lemon juice, this is your tablespoon of lemon juice, and we're going to just put this over the top of the strawberries. And then we also have our sugar, and we're going to let this sit. I'm going to stir it just a little bit, but we're going to let this sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. So it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to pour it through the sieve, and then I'm going to pour it right back in here. I'm going to let it drain for a few minutes though, because we want to get as much of the moisture out of this as possible. You want them to be a lot drier than it is right now. Okay, so I drained off my juice, and I have these little cups. I have 10 cups, and I have a pan to set them in, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about a tablespoon and a half into each one of these cups. So we're going to be filling it. You buy these cups at Walmart, by the way. They were on an end cap, and I think they're so cute because they're the red Solo cups that people use. I'm sure this is not what they're used for. They probably put Jell-O in them or something.
Drinking game stuff.
Yeah, it's probably for drinking, but you know, I think they're cute. I'll wash them. We'll keep them. We'll use them again and again. But you can see how much I'm putting into each one of these. And then we're going to put this in the freezer. So we'll probably leave them in the freezer for 45 minutes. We're gonna make our dough, so we want to combine all of our dry ingredients here. And we're going to whisk them together like this. And then we have our butter in little cubes like this, and we're going to add all of that into the dry mixture, and we're going to work it together, work it in with our fingers. And you could also use something else. You could use
pastry cutter. It looks like a wire, like.
Can't you use a fork too?
You could, but it would take you forever to do it with a fork. It's just easier to do it with your hands. Make sure your butters are good and cold.
Yeah, we've had that butter in the refrigerator. So now I'm going to take that mixture and I'm going to put it in the bowl of my mixer. And then we're going to, I'm going to take some of the strawberry Nesquik. We're going to be using this again for the glaze, but for right now, I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of this, and I'm going to stir it in to my heavy cream. Okay, so now we're gonna put this on our mixer, and I'm gonna pour in my vanilla, and then I'm going to slowly add in the heavy cream, and this is going to form a dough. Okay, so we want to get this into 10 even balls. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of here and we're going to put it on the scale and weigh it so that we know how to divide it. So I'm gonna lay it there. And it's sticking together really well. Okay, so we have 703 grams.
Yeah, so you need, what, 70? Yeah, 70 each, so.
I'm gonna put this back in here, and I have a piece of parchment paper, and
you can.
now I need to weigh each one, don't I?
Yeah, but you can just put it on the scale, it's fine, you don't have to, it's clean.
Okay, I wasn't thinking I have to use that. So I have my 10 balls formed, and I'm going to put these in the refrigerator. We're just gonna leave these in the refrigerator while our strawberries are in the freezer. I've had my dough in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. So now you want to take it and you want to flatten it out about 3 inches wide, about as big as your palm. That's what we're gonna try to do at least. And we have a piece of parchment paper, and I have 2 cookie sheets. So we're gonna put 5 cookies on each cookie sheet. We also have preheated our oven to 350 degrees. So I'm gonna do 5 on this pan and then 5 on the other pan. I got my strawberries out of the freezer, and these cups are awfully full. I might not be able to use every bit of that strawberry that's in those cups, because that just seems like a lot. I did forget to show you in the very beginning, we're gonna be using strawberry jam. I have half a teaspoon here, and we're gonna use half a teaspoon of strawberry jam in each cookie. This, we're gonna see, this might be too much. We're just gonna kind of wing it. There we go. That might be a little bit too much, we'll see. Okay, and now I have my, well, you know what, let's put the strawberries, I'm gonna go through and put all the strawberries first, and then we'll do the jam after. I'm going to take the half teaspoon of strawberry jam, and I'm going to put a dollop in the center of each one. So now this is the fun part. You want to gather this up, And we're going to try to seal it the best we can. And pinch it together. And then I'm going to take the whole thing and I'm going to flip it over like this. And if some of the jam, if we can see some of the jam, it's okay, perfectly okay. We're just going to go with it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have our oven, like I said, 350 degrees. We're going to put both of these in the oven. We're going to bake it for 8 minutes, and then we're going to reach in the oven and just turn them, like if you put them in your oven like that, just reach in and turn them around just like that and bake them for an additional 8 minutes, and then we'll be back. These have only been sitting here for 10 minutes, but I'm going to move them over to our cooling rack. And I'm going to keep my parchment paper here because we're going to be reusing it because we're going to have to glaze these. And so I want to set this on top of this so that our glaze can drip down underneath. And I'm hoping I'll be able to fit all of these on one. And if some of it gets on the pan, that's fine. I'll just wash it, no big deal. So we're gonna make our glaze, and I have 1 cup of powdered sugar. I took some milk, just regular, this is 2% milk, and I added 3 scoops of Nesquik to it just to turn it this pretty pink color. And I'm going to add like 3 tablespoons of the Nesquik to my powdered sugar. And if we need more, we'll put more. But then I'm gonna just take a fork and mix it together, and this will be your glaze. Okay, I like how thin that is. So I'm gonna I have a spoon, and I'm gonna take my spoon, and I'm gonna put a little spoonful over the top of each one of these cookies. Okay, and we have some strawberries left over from where we didn't use it in the center. So I'm gonna just use it as a little garnish, just to, so that there's no mistaking what kind of cookies these are. So these have firmed up, and I want to show you what they look like on the inside. They have that nice, all that strawberry on the inside. They look great. Okay, I'm very excited to try these. You all don't know that Kevin and I, to do this recipe, we went back and forth on how we were going to execute them, and so oh, that looks great. So I hope it tastes good. Mm-hmm. I really like the texture of it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of, they're kind of biscuit-like texture.
It is a biscuit-like texture.
It's sweeter than a biscuit, but it's and it's not quite as dense. It's a little fluffier, but I like the texture. It does remind you a lot of an American biscuit. not a cookie biscuit.
That's the bottom. Oh, and I have to tell you too, I ended up leaving these in for a full 20 minutes. So I baked them 8 minutes. I turned the pan. I baked them 8 more minutes. They still were not finished. And I thought they need about another 4 minutes. So I turned the pans again and I baked them an additional 4 minutes. And they did look, as you saw, really pale on top, like more like a muffin when they came out. Because muffins are normally whiter on the top than
or
like
biscuit.
a biscuit. I think biscuits get browner, but a muffin stays whiter. And so this was like that, but I could tell they were baked well. You know, this is not an incredibly sweet.
Well, I just got a bite of a lot of jam, and it's really sweet.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Maybe I can get some of that here.
I think my filling was thicker than yours.
Ah.
Sorry, I breathed in a strawberry. I tell you what, when you get the jam and you get the strawberry, you can tell the difference between the two flavors. So you get the strawberry jam flavor, and you get the fresh strawberry flavor. So and it's different flavor. So it goes really good together. This would be perfect for someone that likes a biscuit with strawberry jam on it.
It would. You're right.
But this is sweeter.
Yeah. You know what? Kevin's saying it's sweeter, but it's not. It's not as sweet as like a donut or.
It's sweeter than a biscuit, though.
It's sweeter than a biscuit because it does have the jam. But a lot of the recipes that you look at online, they use freeze-dried strawberries.
Mine's gone.
I'm glad you liked it. They use freeze-dried strawberries, and I really don't like freeze-dried strawberries, and neither does Kevin.
No.
So we wanted to use fresh strawberries. So
I tell you what makes a difference. You really taste them.
I would say, do you think it made a difference putting the strawberries in the freezer at all? Do you think that was a necessary step?
No, the thought was it would hold them together, so when you put them in the center, they wouldn't like fall over the place. But you didn't have any issue anyway. So you don't need to put them in the freezer. You could just put them in there. The dough being in the refrigerator for a little while, I think you do need to cool your dough a little bit, or they're going to spread more.
Right.
These kind of stayed a little tall.
These didn't spread.
No, they stayed kind of tall because it was a cooled off dough. Now, if you can work your butter and mix your dough in fast enough to where it's still cool, you don't need to cool them off. But by the time you get done working your butter into your flour and stuff, it gets warmer. So it's better to just go ahead and stick them in the refrigerator for a little while. You could have flattened them out while it was still, right after you mixed them up. You could have flattened them out in your disc and then put them in the refrigerator and let them cool a little bit. That would have worked too.
I like these a lot.
Yeah, I think they're really, really nice.
I think it's nice. I think it's not, like I said, it's not overly sweet, but it has a nice sweetness to it. Do you think the Nesquik made any difference?
It's hard to say because I don't get that.
I don't necessarily
that very
taste
specific flavor.
Right. I don't either, but it did add color. It didn't add any color to the cookie.
No, the cookie kind of washed out.
Right, but it did add the pink to the glaze, and it made that pretty.
Yeah. And it's just, the glaze is just sweet. I still don't get the strawberry flavor from it.
Right, you're getting your strawberry from the actual real strawberries and the jam. But I'm so glad we used the jam because that works.
You could probably use other fruit in there too, like raspberries if you wanted to, and raspberry jam.
Yeah.
Or, you could do grapes. That wouldn't turn out very good, I don't think. But you could probably do blackberries if you really wanted a blackberry.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other things. Peaches. I don't know.
Peaches? Maybe.
Peaches are awfully wet.
Yeah. Well, strawberries pretty wet too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but the strawberries worked. I'm really, really glad. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy that all the effort was really worth it. So you'll have to let me know if you decide to make this recipe. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.